Good evening. Welcome back to Zelda Speedruns, everyone. Where tonight we have a treat. We have the first match in the bracket stage of the Zelda 2 2021 100% All Keys tournament. TravWhite versus Reidood tonight. Joined on comms by Aaron 2U2 and Chosen Ear. How are you two doing?
Great. How are you?
Wanting to destroy our back-end system. Other than that, we're fine.
Back end better work because nobody sees it. It doesn't look pretty. We just expect it to work.
You're telling me. Well, I'm gonna fight with this system. You two start talking. Do your thing. I'll be back later.
Alrighty. Well, welcome everybody. This is the inaugural match of our bracket round here for the All Keys tournament. Everybody who's in this has qualified. We'll be starting shortly. This is the 8 seed TravWhite versus the 9 seed Reidood. They're both very similarly matched. And this might be the most competitive and most exciting match of the first round. How are you feeling about it, Chosen?
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to this one. I mean, TravWhite, I think, is a little nervous coming in. I don't know if he wants me to tell you that, but I just told you that. I think with a fantastic run, TravWhite can win this one. But Reidood is a tough match. I faced Reidood last year. And Reidood won, so I know from personal experience that's not an easy foe. But I think whoever has the cleaner run and doesn't make mistakes, they're the ones who's going to end up winning this thing.
Right. And last year in the tournament, I believe TravWhite was the 15 seed, and he lost to, I think it was Riak in the first round.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and then Reidood last year was... Yeah, he went up against you, won, and then he won in the next round as well due to a forfeit. So he was in the semifinals.
Exactly. Yeah, right, exactly, yep.
Oh. And here we are, underway, exiting right from the palace, going directly to the Magic Cave here, getting themselves, hopefully, 50 experience.
Everybody is on world record pace so far. Just looking to see if they get the 50 bag. I think you know the drill by now, watching Zelda 2 All Keys.
Yeah, and I think every runner in this tournament, for the most part, takes the same path. Looks like they both got it. Good. So we're on pace to get that attack 4 out of P1, which can matter so much in this race.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, both with perfect execution and Magic Cave, both with the 50 bag. Now, each runner just needs a single 200 bag in P1 and perfect, leveling. Canceling all those level ups and only taking attack.
Yes, perfect everything else.
Yeah.
That's the exciting part about the run here. It's very scripted, or it tries to be scripted, as long as you can, which just about any speedrun kind of operates that way. But you see it very, very heavily here. So first thing I'm going to do here is try to skip this bubble patch. This set encounter can be skipped by running an enemy over top of it. We see Trav gets it. Raid is not, so he's going to have to walk it.
They both got back. They both got back spawns. Trav set up on the right-hand tile. Reidood set up on the left. He could have set up on the right, but then ended up missing it when he tried to do the dodge down. I don't think either of these runners do reverse bubble, so we're probably going to see them both walk back through the bubbles the other way. Nobody died on the way here, but it's always a dangerous room to go through.
Yeah, it's actually one of the most dangerous screens you walk through in the entire game, and that's why skipping it's so important. That and the about 10-second time save that comes with it.
I can't believe they put this room so early in the game because of how difficult it is.
Well, I think they were thinking, they just have to go back to start, big whoop. And, if you lose 2 lives getting down to that heart, you get to save the heart, so at least there's that.
All right, so Reidood took an encounter after the bubble screen. Neither runner died in the bubbles, which is good news, but yeah, Reidood with missed bubble skip and then an encounter puts him a little bit behind.
Yeah, and at the level these players are, where I believe Reidood has a very low 77 and Trav has a fairly high 77 for their PBs. That's an hour and 17 minutes. That there's some heaviness, and oh wow, Trav accidentally took magic too, so you might have jinxed him there with what you were talking about.
Yeah, that's the curse of the commentator. I'm sure people are, if he watches this back later, he didn't win, he's gonna be cursing me.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. You deserve it.
How do you overcome Magic 2? You can if he gets 200 bags. I think.
Yep, that'll work. No, actually, I don't know, because that's 100 off. And let's see, if you get 1 and you have 0 extra experience, so that's 150, but then you also have to go to 300, so he's probably doomed at this point. I don't know if you can get that.
Man, that's unfortunate. Well, I mean, so what's that mean? Attack 3. It's not like he's going to leave P1 with attack 2.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a jump start, so if he's able to finish up P1, and now that he knows he can't get it, he can also change his strats a little bit to focus on, well, you know what, if he wants attack 3, he still has to clear 300 experience, so kind of needs a second bag, or he needs to get 1 bag to even leave here with attack 3, or else he might get clipped on the experience ticker.
Yeah. You know what the really unfortunate thing that probably went through his head is he got the bag in Magic Cave. He was probably feeling really good. Oh, I'm going to get attack 4, I bet. And then when you take Magic 2 by accident, that's a little disheartening, and hopefully he can overcome that mentally.
Yeah.
But
I'm not going to sit here and do the math. We'll just see if it pops up.
Riak says in chat that he thinks 200 bags might be enough, and then he confirmed, yes, that's going to be enough.
Yeah, well, I'll trust Riak's math. He knows this game fairly well.
I can't do math while I'm also watching this and doing comms, but I trust Riak's math.
I'm just not going to bother. Let's see. Yeah, that's another point. He's attack 1 through this entire thing, so the Chewy here, it's what I don't know what everyone else calls them, that's what I like to call the hammer-throwing Chewbacca-looking things.
Guma.
Guma. They're normally 6 hits with attack 2, but they're going to be 8 here, so he has to kind of keep that in mind. It means it'll probably jump a second time on him. Be a little careful.
He also has kind of low life as well, only 2 bars of HP left there. Well, he's got attack 2 now. Okay. Yeah. It worked out.
He might run out and get the Warrior Fairy here. If he already knows he's going to attack 3, he's probably going to be a little scared.
So now Reidood's in the same room as Trav now, so overcoming some of that deficit already. With the slow entry to P1, he's already made up some of that time.
Yeah, it'll definitely give Reidood a chance to catch up here, but Trav's also done a lot of lower level stuff, doing the West Coast races a lot of times, and that's something that he organizes on his channel, that the whole point is to only go to P3, so sometimes you just go low level on purpose to save time, and so he has a little bit more experience with that. I think probably be fine, but if he gets through P3 in the lead, that would be very significant.
Yeah, if he was able to make it past Death Mountain and past Palace 2, still in the lead, that would be huge. Wow, he's not getting the fairy with 2 bars of life, okay. Mm-hmm. He got the first jar as well, by the way, I saw, so another bag chance coming up in the next room.
Okay, yeah, he'll be able to clear 300 at least, so he'll be able to get that attack.
Well, he still has attack 2 here.
Right, well, I meant that he would actually clear attack 3 when he leaves the palace, because he'd have to clear that 300 experience. But even if he gets a jar here, Horsehead will take him over the top.
There's a bag.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, okay, interesting.
He thought about life too, which really, it would have been fine, but...
Yeah, but he doesn't want to go making a further mistake at this point. Let's see, Reidood needs a bag. And Reidood got it, so Reidood's leaving with attack 4. Trav took 1 hit from Horsehead, but finished him off. He's got attack 3 now. 3-2-1 strats.
Oh, misses the key grab on the key boss. That's always a bit rough. And we'll see if he takes life 2 out of here. He doesn't have to, but he might just do it so he doesn't have to do the menuing again. But yeah, Reidood's leaving with attack 4. Very solid Horsehead fight. And we'll just see how things change on the way there. It looks like he left at 740. I think Ray's going to leave a little after 750. So...
And another chance for Reidood to catch up here when Trav takes another encounter, getting back to Parappa Cave. He is right on Trav's tail here.
Yeah, it was. I would be very surprised if Trav's able to hold this lead. It would probably have a lot more to do with what Reidood is doing than what Trav does, because he's just attack 3 is going to catch up to you a little bit around Death Mountain. Now going up here to Trophy Cave. This is usually pretty safe with the lights on. I don't want to jinx anything going too crazy. He's going after the red gorilla. Again, a little bit. All the experience he's going to have to get, the enemies he might not otherwise kill, is going to wear on him a little bit. But Reidood took some damage from the red gorilla too. So see if either of them decide to heal up in Jump Town. I would think not, but they might be a little scared. They might also just get the fairy out of after the jump cave too.
Well, I don't think Reidood might take the fairy. No, Reidood got a fairy encounter, but Reidood still has life 2 coming, so he wouldn't feel the need to get life 2. But Trav walked right past the life lady as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think in his situation, he's thinking, I got to have the foot on the gas here to keep up.
Probably. Just knowing how Zelda 2 works, attack 3 versus attack 4 going through Death Mountain, you're going to lose 15 seconds on average with attack 3 over an attack 4 runner. So I would imagine seeing Reidood grab the hammer before Trav for sure. It's just a matter of what room in Death Mountain is Reidood going to take the lead is kind of the question right now.
Yeah. Well, we have a very important piece between that, and that's not actually the jump cave, it's the Bagoo walk, which ideally you get 0 encounters from, and you just get through it nice and clean and everything's perfect. But I mean, we've seen people get 2, 3, 4 encounters, and that can change a whole lot. But that could be, there's nothing that either runner has necessarily as an advantage over the other one. There's a decent amount of RNG, a whole lot of practice goes into it, but there is some skill.
Good point. And Trav remembering that the gorilla took an extra hit. That's sometimes hard to remember. Because with attack 4, the gorillas only take 3 hits. 1 extra with attack 3. Oh, Trav's taking some more damage here, but he's going to be alright.
I wonder. I don't think he'll want to take life 3. I think he's going to try to avoid that. He might just sneak the life lady or get a magic refill in town to get his life back. I don't think he's going to want to carry that into Death Mountain. That's a little scary.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised. He's doing a lot of pausing there. All right.
Yeah. Pause.
It looks like it worked out. He should be able to get to Bagoo with no encounters. And now Reidood's doing the walk, but he took a very early encounter, the first one.
No, the first one's gross because first one usually means you at least get 1 more. And he's there it is. There's number 2.
Yeah, he can take a third.
Yeah. How many? Is it something like 8 seconds per encounter is normal?
Everything in Zelda 2 takes 8 seconds, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's about right these ones, if you take a swamp encounter, that's on the high end of 8 seconds, and the grass encounters are more like 6.
Right. So Trav was able to get into the town with no encounter Bagoo walk, which is basically the dream. You don't worry too much about losing time pausing because that's like 2 seconds versus the alternative.
Yeah.
And plus the fact that he wasn't in great straits as far as his life was concerned, taking a couple bops there could have been really unfortunate.
We're in a town now. It's, getting life spell. See if Reidood got the right side door. He didn't. That's the excitement of Lifetown.
Yeah. Zelda 2 is basically 3 different types of game in one. You have the really exciting palace stuff, like caves and things, where you're going around fighting stuff and using your excellent abilities. Then you have the overworld encounter skips, where you're trying to manipulate RNG and dodge things and, feel real smart. And then you have towns.
Yeah, I don't think many people do save state practice on towns, but the other 2 people do.
Yeah, that is a good point. Exactly what React's saying. There's some things that take precedence. Towns and bridges and castles take precedent over encounters, but actual unlabeled encounter squares are set, squares like that. Random encounters take precedent over them, which I'm not sure why, but that's how it works, and I'm kind of happy for it because almost every encounter square you have to walk on is terrible in some fashion.
Yeah, that's interesting. Huh.
Plus, I would say the other element in that is that you start in the middle instead of all the way on the side, so they go by quicker.
Yep.
So it's not just that they're usually terrible and you don't want to fight them, it's also just faster, which is great.
Oh, so Reidood might take levels. Trav's not going to take levels. If Reidood takes levels, it puts him back a few seconds here and there for fanfares, but otherwise, Reidood's currently one room behind Trav. I'm gonna take a bet about what room Reidood surpasses Trav, and it's the one with all the Dairas with the bots where you have to go down the hill to the left, down the steps. That's the one.
Okay. So what's the bet? What are you putting on there?
I don't know. I'm putting my name on there. The chosen guarantee.
20 quid or something. I don't know what quid is. It's British. 20 British money. There you go.
Trav, I know one thing I noticed Trav just did is he very slowly canceled the level up. He does not want to make another miss level at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit in his head. The way he's set up, if he gets a bag drop, he should get that attack 4 inside of the hammer room, or right before it, I think. But otherwise, he's got to continue it a little bit longer. We do see Reidood is catching up. Trav's taking all sorts of hits right now.
He's a one hit to a Daira. If he takes a Daira hit, he is dead. Oh my god, he's making me nervous.
Yeah, he's...
All right, he got a jar, so that's kind of good.
You want bags, but I'll take a jar when you're almost dead,
Yeah, I would rather, if you're low health like that, I'd rather the jar to stay alive.
And yeah, we see Reidood is just one screen behind right now. Although he has to go back there and get that bag. And,
wow, I thought that's where Reidood was going to pass Trav, but Trav has held his lead.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say he's had necessarily a good death mount. He's taken a lot of hits. Like, he's having to really do a lot of maintenance to keep himself alive. I just don't think Reidood has quite had the foot on the gas that heavy to catch up.
It's just, for Trav, that's just a matter of attack 3, where we don't practice attack 3 as much, and we get really used to the rhythm of attack 4, and then suddenly... faced with attack 3, you're just not used to it, so you're gonna... Ooh, he has got a sliver of health left here. This is... Now he's got attack 4, so... You want to get attack 4 before facing that last red Daira, but yeah, a lot of times you end up taking attack 4 from the Daira.
And we are in the same screen. I wouldn't be surprised to see Ray pass him here very quickly, just because Trav's gonna be a little careful to not take any bops here.
Oh, and another jar. Oh, he's going back for it now. All right. I see where you're going with that.
Yeah, you don't... Be a little safe. He's already got the attack 4, so he doesn't do anything crazy with that guy, but looks like he's got maybe 2 seconds on the hammer. That's within stream lag, so far as you might go with that.
So, yeah, what cost him the time was going back for the jar. Otherwise, he had a little bit more of a lead over Reidood. But look, they're in the same room. Now they have the same attack level, so we're not going to see attack be a factor. Well, what's going to become...
go ahead.
What's going to become the factor is Palace 2, is Trav is going to have to kill everything, especially getting all of these jars through Death Mountain. He has very low XP, and Reidood's got high XP, and he's going to be able to skip tons and tons of enemies in Palace 2.
Yeah, the difference in fighting the enemies that you fight in P2 with attack levels doesn't really matter that much. Like, you don't notice it too much, but that's because a lot of times the early game Palace enemies tend to be very easy to fight. But just the fact that Reidood's going to be able to skip a few of them is going to help. So,
Trav just cast Life, and he's got to go to town and cast Jump to get down stab, but he does not currently have enough magic. He has a sliver too little magic. Oh, wait. I take it back. Rewind. He has magic 2, so he is fine. With attack 1, he would be a little bit too low on magic, but he's actually fine due to magic 2. Okay.
And where they are in experience right now, normally this would be acceptable for Trav, except the fact that he already took magic 2. He's going to have to get a little bit more to get to attack 6 after finishing P2, which, I mean, that math is pretty complicated. But he might see him. Yeah, he's fighting the enemies. Some of the stuff here, he normally might try to skip just to get all that experience.
And so the chosen guarantee was wrong. It was the Moblin Bridge. That's where Reidood passed Trav by like a second. Let's see when they each leave the screen. It was in sync. They left in sync at the exact same time. Mm-hmm. Oh, and so Trav took an encounter trying to get up to Boulder Dash. If Reidood can make it clean, he took an extra step. Yep. Oh, 2 encounters for Trav. Yikes.
And of like the major walks in the game to that you need to encounter manip, this is a pretty big one, just because it's so long. There's not a whole lot of encounters you should normally get. The fact that Trav has already got 2 was because he was trying to do the manip and kind of slipped on it. Normally you would get maybe 1, east of the boulder, and maybe 1, going into this. But anything you can skip, you want to skip.
So did you see what Reidood just did?
Nope.
Reidood just cast life, right? So now it looks like Reidood's in the lead, but he needs magic because to go cast jump in town to get down stab. So unless he takes this death abuse, that puts Reidood slightly behind. Yep, death abuse. There we go.
And that's it's not the best place to take a death abuse, but if you've already cast the magic, it saves something like 8 to 10 seconds in town. It just takes so long to get that magic and then go back to get, so you get the magic to actually cast jump, then go in. Although it could theoretically save a little time in the Heart Container Cave, but I don't think anyone's too worried about that.
Alright, so Reidood's got no encounters getting down to the road. TravWhite. Oh, wow! That bot followed him down, but he escaped.
Nice.
Reidood takes the encounter on the road after the boulder tile. See if Trav can get a back spawn. Nope.
And that encounter is pretty standard. You're just hoping to get the 1 in 4 luck that it doesn't pop up to. I don't think there's any manip to avoid that, or if there is, I haven't seen anyone do it.
The only thing you can do is if you took an encounter in the grass after the medicine cave, you can go sit up on that bottom grass tile just to the left of the road, spawn the encounter there, and then starting the walk from that tile, you'll get no encounter over the boulder tile.
All right. And I'm not doing the math, but just looking at where Trav is right now, I'm thinking he's going to need a little bit of bag luck to not have to kind of go crazy and kill some stuff here in P2, because I feel like it's a little bit lower than what you would like at this point.
Well, yeah, if he doesn't get a bag in Heart Cave and he doesn't get a bag in P2, you're going to see him killing bubbles.
Yeah,
that's when you're in danger.
The normal attack 3 route outward is to take life 2 because it doesn't really cost you anything. But stay on magic 1 so that you only need 1950 experience at this point to clear Helmet Head. But he's going to actually have to go up a little higher because he has that magic 2. So he'll have to get attack 5 and still have 100 experience left over. I'm sure he's aware of. If not, this could be a bit of a disaster coming in.
Yeah, I'm not used to magic 2 in Palace 2. I missed level during a group race. And I couldn't even remember what the XP amount needed was. I typed it into race time. Will anybody tell me how much XP I need in Palace 2? And you would think people would be like, no, I'm not telling you, I'm not helping. But Eon was nice enough to help. She told me.
Nice. Alright, Star, thank you for the raid. Jumping in just as we are preparing here for the Palace 2, which there's a lot of questions here with what Trav has. Reidood gets the jar, which is great for him. Trav Did he get a bag?
He got a bag, yeah. He got a bag. I think he still needs one more, though, because of the Magic 2 situation.
All right. But yeah, the getting the jar is good if your experience is fine, because then you can ferry the heart, which saves a few seconds. And you always want to save a few seconds. That's speedruns work. Looks like he's got the walk down well so far. Trav doesn't go, oh, never mind.
He went backward. He went back. He didn't mean to go back. I think his D-pad failed him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not a great place to take an encounter, because yeah, then you get another swamp encounter before the road.
Yeah, it isn't 100% manipulatable, but you can, outside of a few really bad luck situations, can get through here kind of painless. But I think Reidood took 2 full and 1 half encounter, and I don't know how many Trav's on anymore. That's 3 or 4.
There's like a choose your own adventure type script to the grass section of this walk. You should be able to make it to that first section of Swamp Road without an encounter.
Yeah, so if these players are not watching the restream, if they're not watching each other, which I think is fine, I don't think there's any prohibit, because it's not a randomized thing that you're allowed to do that. But if they're not, they both have to feel like they are way behind, because they both hit some really inconvenient, annoying time losses so far.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. It depends on the race. I don't know whether I'm gonna watch the restream or not, because whether I'm behind or not, I only know how to play Zelda 2 one way, and I don't feel like there are decisions I'm gonna make that are different based on what I see my opponent doing. Like you said, it's a speed run. You're just gonna do it as fast as you can, either way. So, if anything, it might personally just makes me more nervous to see where my opponent's at times. So, TravWhite, not even 1,000 XP yet, while Reidood picks up Attack 5 in the Stalfos room.
Apologies, I apparently had my mic muted and didn't realize.
Oh, that's okay. I did the normal pause where I have been naturally, just, I'll say something, you'll say something, and then we do this thing where I say something, and then you say something else, except that time you didn't say something else. That's when I knew something was up.
You've just revealed the entire commentary program to everyone. We've been exposed.
Wait, Trav forgot he needed XP, and he was about to skip that Stalfos, but then he went back for it.
Yeah. We see Bot Lava Room, one of the more dangerous rooms, and we just saw why.
Aaron, commentator's curse from Aaron.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what Reidood's thinking right now. This is what's in Reidood's head. He goes, oh, man, I wish I didn't death abuse in the medicine room, because now I'm down 2 lives.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to have to be real careful in P4. P4 tends to be where you level your lives out. That, or he just decides to game over quickly in GP. But I think he's got the ability and the experience to kind of navigate through. But now we see both players have kind of picked up. And they both get to skip the jar because they have maximum magic. How about that?
Jeez, but that's really bad luck for Trav, because he just got another jar drop. That is not what he wanted to see. He has one more drop chance in P2. If it's not a bag, I don't even know what's in Trav's future. Is he going to be going through P5 with Attack 7? Is that what's going to happen to Trav? That's not what I want to see. That's not the race I came to watch.
Well, I guess it happens sometimes. So this isn't the game ruining it for him. He knows what he did.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's the 100 bag. He's got another 50-50 chance. He's got like 6 more large enemies and some bubbles. He's got 8 more large enemies because there's the 2 orange boys downstairs. And I don't know. We'll see.
React in chat. React says he thinks he's okay, but just barely. That's what I'm hoping. I have my fingers crossed for Trav.
Is he going to go east here and kill the rope? just to try to push his experience up to close to another 50 mark.
Yeah, it makes sense to go to the 50 mark. I'd agree with that. He can't kill this thing unless he waits around for a while. So that's one large enemy not killed.
Well, he could go up the elevator, but
that's tricky. A long time without beams. Yeah.
So
she's Reidood. Oh, bag. There we go. That's a bag.
He's fine.
All right, he's good now. That was quite the ride.
Yeah, we have to tell Trav, in all future races he has to do this too. Just for the excitement factor.
If he wins and goes on to face somebody in the next round, he can be like, "Good luck, charm, Magic 2 and P1."
What's great too is he's like a lot of the top players take shield late. It sets up for the minute out of P2 here, so he has nothing to cast with that Magic 2. So it's not like, oh well, at least now I can cast. So nope, just useless.
All right, Reidood's got a lot of XP here, heading down to the final level of P2, bottom floor. Gonna do Chewy. Nope, I thought he was gonna try to escape under the Chewy. Kills him for a little more XP. Why not?
I think Trav took the elevator too low to do it. Yeah, he's if you gotta get out of that elevator like about the quickest you can to be able to do that Chewy skip, and then still hope the bot cooperates. And now he's got attack 5. He only needs 100 more experience.
What if Trav forgets he needs 100 XP and just kills the orange IK? Gets out of dodge. Oh, here we go. He's good. All right.
Guess I don't need to explain that. Reidood skips the orange guy. That one's kind of tricky to do. So
that is a really tricky skip. Yeah, he probably is setting up his drop count for a P5 eco drop. He probably has his drop count right where he wants it. Didn't want to get an extra kill with the orange, but takes care of Helmet Head there out of P2.
So Trav gets a little bit faster through Helmet Head, but Ray gets in the butt stabs. So as far as swag goes, he gets a few extra points. And we're seeing I'm going to count here the difference of exit times. I think it's going to be about 10 seconds, but Ray gets the first encounter, which is the worst one to get. You get that right away, you're looking at maybe 3 encounters out of here, if you're lucky.
Oh, both of them taking very early swamp encounters there.
Yeah.
Right around that road tile. Yeah.
He did, but he got a little greedy and it didn't work. Or he slipped,
Yeah, well, it is swampy around that road. Link does slip sometimes.
Yep.
Alright, Reidood was in at what, like 30, 50 into
something
shield.
Like
30, 51 maybe.
I think they both took 1 full encounter, so basically it was a wash. As long as they can do the rest of this part right, they shouldn't eat any more encounters going into P3. So only differences we'll have there is the encounter outside of the cave after you get to the island, and possibly some nonsense inside of the cave.
So it's a 12-second difference between Reidood and Trav. Yeah, I guess, it depends on how clean their walks are over to the tomb. Do they both get the dodge? Do they, all that good stuff.
No, the thought just threw into my head. I wonder if anyone has done a P2 exit where they... Oh, wait, no, they can't. That's right, the palace gets mountained up. I was like, what if they just go back in? But no, never mind.
Oh, yeah. Alright, Reidood just doing a clean walk to the tomb.
Yep. And this is the whole reason why we get shield late for these players, is to manipulate the second part of this walk. Otherwise, you gotta be a little fancier about how you go about it. But,
if you're able to get shield early and get from P2 to P3 with no encounters, then it's faster, of course, than getting late shield. But you end up with so many encounters going from P2 to the tomb that it's a very much optimized walk, an improved walk now, going with the late shield. I would even say, if you're a new runner to Zelda 2 and you need shield before you go to Palace 1, go ahead, get shield. But after P2, just go ahead, walk up to Shield Town. Walk in, say hi, walk right back out. Do the tomb walk.
I don't know if I would go that far, but I guess it would help for later practice. As someone who still does early shield, I don't really have... Sometimes I have absolutely terrible runs, but usually it's probably a negligible difference. The reason for visiting the grave is just to reset the encounters, because by the time you go in there, you're about 1 second away from encounter spawning, but when you go in there, it resets it, so you're able to just basically dodge it and not have to deal with them. Because encounters are the devil in this game. Sometimes it works out well for you. You get them to cover up, mandatory fighting squares, but otherwise you just have to deal with walking out of the screen, possibly taking damage.
Reidood had a lot of trouble grabbing that key out of the floor. It was just not sticking to his sword. He kept trying to stab, trying to break blocks, wasn't working. Took a few hits from a Mew, took a hits from the Doomknocker hammer. It was not going his way, but he cast jump in that room too, and then instantly got Magic 2 right afterward in the courtyard outside.
Mm-hmm. So we see them at identical leveling. They'll probably both take Magic 2 here, and leave at 6-3-3, and hopefully the experience to get to 7. There is an alternative strat I've seen some people do where they go 6-2-4, but I don't think it's very common. And the main reason for doing it is to try to avoid deaths in P4, which, I don't know. That might be on Reidood's mind since he's already taken 2.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about a runner that might want to save a death, yeah, you said the right name. Reidood, he's down 2 lives already. But he already took Magic 3.
There we go.
Did not life up with Magic 2. Oh, because he cast jump, yeah. I'd be thinking about lifing up right now. If I were Trav, too, I'd be thinking about not ferrying this item and casting life instead. There we go.
Exactly what you said. I think Ray's hoping... Yeah, he wanted to cast jump here because he's already taken 1 bot lava room death. I think he's real scared about that. You only need to have it happen once to get real worried. But yeah, they're basically in the same room now. But... Again, the fact that Reidood has a couple of deaths is really going to sting. He does get the Never Jar, though. I think when we get it, we call it the Hippie Jar. Although I don't think he necessarily did any Hippie strats. So does Trav, so game's being generous.
Well, so earlier game, we were talking a lot about Reidood surpassing Trav, and that was all because of the Attack 3, Attack 4 differential. That's out the window now. That's not an issue anymore. They have even levels now, so nothing about... that miss level is haunting Trav at this point. The only thing hindering either runner right now is those lost lives for Reidood.
Yeah, he will at least have to take 1 less P4 death abuse than Trav. Although it's possible, race conditions, Trav might take 1 less than he normally would anyway, just to be sure. Just in case something bad happens in VOD or GP and he doesn't want to throw the race.
Yeah, I would assume so. I would imagine 2 deaths probably in P4. Skip the first one.
Yeah. I think Reidood might just try for jars, and if he keeps getting jars, just not taking death abuses. That's definitely an option.
It is, but it can slow you down too. Especially for instance, the last death abuse that you would normally take, the raw room. Every once in a while, those raws want to ruin your day, and they'll just make you take a bath in the lava when you try to get out of that room. Always a risk.
All right, and now Reidood is at Rebo, going with the corner strats. Just bouncing on his head, just chilling, waiting for Rebo to get her. There we go. Trav doing the same thing, setting him up in the corner, just bouncing on his head. Just, treating Rebo like dirt.
A little faster for Trav. Rebo wanted to hang out for a while with Reidood.
Yeah, and now we'll see. This is another segment that is a heavy encounter dodge. It looks like Ray hits the first one already, so that's kind of gross. And Trav gets caught too. This is a sneaky one that I think catches people a little off guard. They're like, "Oh yeah, crap! I got to do this," and I've never been able to do it.
Even worse than
successfully.
the encounter is Trav just took a bop in the encounter, and this is not where you want to lose life because beams are very important. Going through the cave that takes you toward the maze, if you hesitate in that cave, which not having beams often leads to, the encounters all get thrown off as you try to dodge them on the way to the maze. So we'll see what Trav ends up doing. I'm going to go ahead and get on the same wavelength as him again and go, Trav, cast life!
Reidood got a fairy encounter and took a heavy detour, but still able to get in there again, has all of his life, just beaming all of these guys.
He's not doing it. He didn't hear me. He didn't cast life. Don't
Well,
get hit
depends.
by
Does
this.
it go? It goes left, he's fine. No
The
worries.
luck of Zelda 2 again. Yep, that's how this game works. It's just lucky event after lucky event.
And Reidood pulls a clean walk right. So does Trav. So they both. I like to joke sometimes that the encounter on that island after P3 just makes all the rest of the encounters go away.
Yeah. They're like, you've already taken encounter. All right, you can go. No problemo.
All right. Now, for some reason or another, we turn into fairies to take the kid from this lizard, and no, this is for the reflect spell, which we all know is coming up pretty soon. A fun fact: if you are someone who cares a whole lot about your videos not getting muted, because the overworld music plays so long by the time you get to the maze, there's a part of that song that tends to get copyright claimed. So I know some people will start singing random things or talking very loud to get it to not happen.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's what's doing it, huh?
Yep. It's the overworld music at a certain point gets copyright claimed by some friend in Russia or something like that, who I'm sure has actually wrote the song that sounds exactly like it that he sings.
That is so funny. That is a fun fact. I thought when you go fun fact, I was like, yeah, right. Ain't gonna be fun. It actually was fun.
Thanks. I'm glad you had confidence in me.
So they both did all of the encounter skips perfect. And they're like still neck and neck. So that, you know what that means? Means it's like a good race.
Trav gets the special glow effect, which is fancy. It doesn't really do anything, but makes you look cool.
No, yeah, everybody thinks he's awesome now. Always.
He gets a half second of swag shaving off at the end of the race.
Yeah. Oh, he tried to stab the upstab guy in the face. Hey, buddy, I'm just trying to give you upstab. Quit the stabs in my face.
All right, and then we get the upstab, the best stab, and reflect, and it's more towning.
You know what we should do? We should come up with really fun facts and make a Rolodex and put them all in the Rolodex, and then every time we're in a town, we pull out a fun fact like that YouTube music one.
Yes, let's do that.
That one though, don't put that one all the way to the back of the Rolodex. That was a good one. Keep that one forward. I want to pull that one out again.
Okay. Anyway, what we're looking at as far as the walk back here is probably the trickiest walk of this group. The walk going into the maze initially from the bottom isn't too tricky, as long as you don't get hung up in that cave. The walk back, I like to call the Dazzle walk, that's all planned. It's not too bad either. Both Ray and Trav get the MOU on the sign, which helps you properly skip this first encounter.
Well, the walk here, that was the Dazzle. The walk back is the Elzad.
Yes.
Trav invented his own variant of the Elzad. Reidood's setting up high, and he gets he got caught by the first one. But Trav, he sets up all the way down here. And he's, let's see. Waits for an encounter. Here, he got the back spawn. That's what he was wanting.
Nice.
He fished what he wanted.
He's doing well so far, and Reidood's hit his second encounter, and Trav is another back spawn, and yeah.
Oh, God. He got so lucky with the back spawns. Fantastic for Trav. He's in the lead again now.
He's got it. Yeah, that's all it took. And again, his P4 is probably going to take at least one more death abuse than Reidood will. So, and it's not a huge amount of time, but depending on when you do it, it makes it a little bit safer.
Trev was watching Justin stream a lot lately, the hold right strats.
Yeah, you just at some point just keep going and the game cooperates.
Well, that's when Zelda 2 is like, you haven't had one in a while. Let me throw you a gift. Here's a run where we're just going to give you all the back spawns you need to PB. So, hey, player, just go ahead and don't take Magic 2 in a P1, and it's a free PB.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, it looks like, I think, did Reidood catch up just a little bit through that screen? I couldn't really tell. He seems like he's just a second or two behind at this point.
Yeah, Trav did pause and delay and like wait for enemies a few times throughout that encounter screen.
And there we go. Yep. So it's almost even at this point. Again, give Trav a little bit of advantage just because of the extra lives he has, but it's all really on how you use them at this point. Unless somebody does something incorrect with their leveling, they should also both be fine as far as experience goes, because P4 has tons of experience, and you can skip most of it without a concern. That looks like both of them cast a jump to the big jump. In Trav's situation, that means he's probably taking a death abuse here in the first room. Ray's setting up the exact same way, so he might be thinking about not doing that. Although, you still have enough magic to go the rest of the way.
Oh, Trav got the jar. Oh, Reidood tried for the jar, but got an IK. Oh, he took life 4 already. Okay. A little bit early to get life 4, but that's not an issue.
Yeah, both going a little bit conservative here. If you're not going to take a death abuse, usually skipping the first one is the one to do. I get the feeling that Trav's going to just save. He wants to clear P6 with at least 2 extra lives, just in case.
Trav could, I think, skip this one and the next one, but he has no reason to skip 2 death abuses. Reidood, on the other hand, he only has 3 bars of magic left, so he risks wasting time if he doesn't take the next death abuse.
Yeah.
The first and the third death abuse have jar chances, but the second one doesn't, so that's when you very often see people take.
Yeah, skipping the second one is bad for other reasons too, and that's because you have to go the bulk of P4 until you get to the third option, and also you have to have 2 more jump casts after this. Well, no, I would say 2. You can walk the first couple of rooms, okay? The third room you should never walk. It's the devil.
Oh, Reidood skipped the red skeleton, and he made it through alive. And yeah, death abuse for both of them in the second key room.
Yeah, you can jump the stuff. It's the third room is the one that has the flying raw heads that, unless you're gonna kill them or I don't know, it just isn't very pleasant. It's not so bad. I know a few people. I think Dude in his world record does that, and I've seen Chroma do it a lot. You can time it pretty well, but I think most people just prefer cast a jump because you're going to take those death abuses anyway.
Yeah.
And make it simpler.
In a PB attempt for sure.
Yeah. So digging out the key again in the Minecraft room. It looks like both of them got through it without any real problem.
Reidood still got his lead. Here's the here's the thing you were mentioning earlier. Like, I wonder if either of them is looking at the stream. If you were, oh wait, Trav's ahead. Did I read that wrong? Oh yeah, Trav's ahead by a bit. I thought Reidood was. So if you're like Trav right now and just ahead by a quarter of a screen, and you looked like that's not gonna give you a good feeling. Like, so you're just gonna feel like, okay, next mistake I make, Reidood's passing me. Just have you a little too nervous.
Reidood hopping the double beam. That's always it's always fun. They think they got you surrounded, and then you prove them wrong. Alright, so yeah, Ray is going to either not cast magic or not cast jump in the last room, or he's going to try to do something to get some more magic, because at Magic 3, the amount of magic that our players have right now, the 5 bars, is what you need to cast Reflect, and you have to cast Reflect to beat the boss. So, and he's got jump ready. He's got it on his mind. He might just be taking the other death and going the rest of the way with 1 life. He might be foot to the pedal.
Wow, that would be. Oh no, that's what's the right word? Risky? Is that the right word? Gutsy. That's the word. That'd be gutsy.
That is a move that takes some cojones.
Yeah.
To probably actually mispronounce that. I think he's going to try for the jar, and if he doesn't get it, just take a dive. And he got it.
Oh yeah, lucky jar.
There we go. Again, we see Trav getting the time save from this nonsense screen that Ray is. Oh, he saved it.
That was close.
Stupid floating raw heads, like the worst enemy in the game.
He had the pattern though, and then he turned back, and that I think threw him off. I feel like if he kept going, he actually had it. But yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier with that raw head room. You can think you're saving time, and then whoops, I died. Raw heads were a jerk.
And now we're looking at life. Trav has taken a couple hits. With his life right now, he can only get hit by our boss here twice. So we might see him throw up the shield spell as well. Because getting hit once is not uncommon at all. Getting hit twice is a little uncommon. But
No, it's not as uncommon as you think. And it's like in a race, yeah, why not just cast shield right away and remove that pot? An immediate hit, right?
Yep. And the only reason why you really wouldn't want to cast shield is it does cost a little bit of time, both to cast the spell and in the magic refill afterward. Looks like Reidood cast something else before he came in here, so he doesn't have shield up. He still drained all his magic.
Reidood I don't know. He had so much better of a fight though, Reidood. That was.
No, he cast jump. I think he cast jump by accident.
Oh wait, did he cast jump in? Wait, does he have jump right now, or did he cast it in the second to last room to get through past the blue skeletons?
He might have. I don't know. It looked like he was jumping really big there, but jump is the spell he had to cast. That's the only one that would have drained all of his magic like that. So yeah, Karok was. It looks like Reidood got a little bit of time saved on that. It's always kind of hard to tell. It's the big RNG fight. There are some ways to reduce the RNG, but they are not speedrun safe.
I think it's like a 7-second loss if you're gonna do the walk out, walk back in 4 times thing. But
yeah,
we were talking earlier about Bagoo being a big equalizer, or somebody else wrote equalizer in chat. That's why I used that word. But Eco Key coming up, and then the block room, the key block room coming up. That's like, don't even look at who's in the lead right now. Like after Eco Key, after the block room, that's who's really going to be in the lead.
Oh, he missed it. He went a little short. Reidood does not even try, which is a general time save. He might just be out of practice, or he's just like, I'm not going to do this. So he saves a little bit of time by not trying, but he also saves some time in that he already has enough magic to be able to cast jump in the block room. Trav's going to have to do some digging. He's either going to have to hit magic 4, or he's going to have to get a 50-50 jar from one of the red iron knuckles in the next screen.
And I wonder if Trav has his drop set up. He was killing extra enemies that I don't normally see him kill, so I wouldn't be surprised if his drop wasn't a little. Okay, there it is. Cool, and he got the jar. He's good.
Exactly what he wanted, so.
Fish what he wanted again.
Yeah, and as Chosen put it, we have the... he's taking some extra hits. He's having some fun with the Magos.
Fun.
Yeah, we get to see what happens in the block room. We had I did watch TravWhite have a very interesting block room yesterday where he got the key, cast fairy, and got an entire wall to drop on the left side, blocking him from leaving the room. Because he was a fairy and he couldn't break the blocks.
Wow, a death. Cast fairy and drove right into a Moa and died. That's not what you want to see.
Meanwhile, Reidood had a very good block room. He just cruised right through it. So he's got over a screen lead right now, and the difference in lives has been evened out. So there's really nothing separating our two runners right now other than what you see on the screen.
Wait, so they both have 2 lives left?
Yes, Reidood only took the 1 death abuse in P4.
Oh, right, okay.
Which is generally where you want to be in a race. You don't want to go down to 1 life before a VOD.
No, I mean, in a PB attempt, I have 2 lives left at this point if I haven't died. Or do you just have 1 left? Yeah, I guess you just have 1 left. Yeah, the extra life is with 2. Yeah, you're right. Okay, sorry. Pretend I didn't talk and go.
But yeah, now we get to go through the boring part of P4, where there's just a bunch of screens that you just hold right and jump every once in a while and do a little tink like Reidood did there. A little bit of a tink. We'll see Trav. We'll see how we can rate his tink here.
10. That's a 10. 10 tink.
I think Trav took 2 death abuses, so I think they're even. Chat. I think there was 2.
Yeah, Trav took the 2nd death abuse and the 3rd, but then took 100 hits before Karak.
He's still running into everything right now. He's either just angry or his thumb is a little bit slow.
I don't know. Sometimes you just get a P5 where those Magos just show up in a spot that is not friendly. And that happens. You feel like the entire palace is just walking into fire and casting life.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, cast life, buddy. There you go.
Yes. It's P5. Well, he's already died once. We don't need to tell him that this is dangerous. Not that we could anyway. All right, and he's got the one he probably needed to kill. If you're shaking Magic 4 this late, you probably got to kill at least 1 Mago. And they identical experience. How about that?
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, they're both 11 XP short currently. They each need to kill, I don't know, 1 of these skeletons, 2 of these skeletons or something, unless they get a bag off of 1, because leaving this area, you want 350 XP to leave with the 700 required to get 866 out of this palace.
Well, Trav's probably still got a drop coming. I don't know where Reidood's is.
Trav just got his drop. He got a jar.
Oh, okay.
So he needs to kill a skeleton. There we go.
He seemed to
He's
know.
good. Reidood needs 11 XP.
There's a couple enemies you can still fight, even if you don't get the good luck from the Magos. It looks like he's got it in mind, at least.
I can't take my eyes off of Reidood's experience. I want to make sure he gets his 11. It's a little too easy to forget, in my opinion, to get up to 350 at this point.
Yeah, a miss level at this part of the game would probably be deciding for this race, because there's no way to catch up on it.
Yeah, then you end up with I think 874 is the best you can do if you don't get 866 out of P5.
Yeah, Life 4 is still not something that anybody's really doing on purpose. I've seen Dude do it a couple of times, but they weren't, world records. So
I know what Reidood's gonna do. He's gonna grab the bag.
Oh yeah. That 50p bag's easy to get. I always forget about that too.
Oh, he didn't grab it. Oh my god, somebody tell him. He needs 11 XP. Yeah, Dude does do it. Dude will do that on purpose, but going back to the Life 4 thing, he'll be like, I need some extra time. And it'll literally be like, I'm gonna save time by not leveling up, not taking the time it takes to level up, and just finish the game with Life 4 and save the fanfare time. Alright, Reidood. He needs 11 XP. Have I mentioned that?
Yeah.
He got it. Okay, we're good.
Getting the bag this way is much worse than getting it the other way, though. The way back is when you're really scared about where the enemies are positioned and so on. Oh, he didn't take the jar initially, so he's going back for it. He's still got a full screen ahead of Trav, I think. So we're not exactly tied up yet, but we're still. The distance is not very large.
I mean, so a decider, we could still have a Guma fight that decides something. We've got the new Kasuda walk, including the River Devil Slink. That's coming up. A lot of deciders on the way here.
All right. It looks like Reidood is doing a pretty standard. Well, he was doing a pretty standard Guma fight. Now he's doing the standard bouncing on Guma's head. Gets around him. Trav's going a little bit more aggressive, but also just bouncing on Guma's head a lot.
Yeah, neither Guma was something you want to clip, but they both made it out alive. Right around the same differential in time there. Reidood's on his way out now. Trav just placing the gem.
Yeah, we're gonna need Trails to send them some videos about how to fight Guma. No, they were both perfectly good fights. I'm kidding. But yeah, now we're getting the heart. We're getting out of the screen. As long as you get to the heart by around 6100, you're fine. Yeah, as Lordo has mentioned in chat, this is really about doing the this Kasuda walk is so difficult, and it's such a mess sometimes. There's like a 30-second time swing easily here, depending on how well you can do it.
I think, is Lordo talking about the walk to Firetown? That's the walk.
What? Well, that worked out okay, so I think they made it. We're good.
Oh, all right, everybody can relax. Wipe the sweat off your brow. We're here.
They don't call it the river dance, you call it the water run, because you gotta run in here and get the water for the lady who is just not capable of moving more than like 20 pixels away from her door.
The laziest NPC in video game history. That lady that needs water.
And she was programmed that way. Somebody really wanted her to look lazy. There we go. The sword, the fire. We're ready to do this. The big old Kasuda walk involves a very tight slink, some ferrying through Wilson fences, and then I don't even know how the last part of it works.
Welk from Reidood. See if we can get the slink.
He's got the first part.
Oh, he's got the heavy bottom here. Oh, that doesn't... Oh, yeah, he got clipped. All right, see if Trav can get it.
Unfortunate heavy bottom there.
Wow, Trav did the walk right on the desert tile.
He hit the wrong button. He did the worst possible combination of the different things that could happen there. And then he takes another half encounter. Is he going to... Nope, he's just going to walk it. Yeah, he's been complaining about his controller a little bit recently, so this might have something to do with it.
Yeah, he's been complaining about his controller and then said, "Oh, I tightened a screw. It's perfect now." And then I'm sure he'll say, "Oh, I found another loose screw."
Yeah, he tried to screw the controller, but it looks like the controller is screwing him.
Eon with a raid. Hey, we got a good one here. They're really close, and that's what makes it good.
Yep, it's tight. Trav's got... Oh, he's setting up for the modified Lordo walk, which I think is called the Dude walk, but...
Well, we have to... If it works, it's the Dude walk. If it doesn't work, it's the Lordo walk. I'll let you know in a sec what this one's called.
You touch one bit of swamp, you run by, and then you just dodge, like 3 encounters.
But this is going to be a random walk right here. Okay.
Oh, it's
That's
good.
fun.
So, Reidood hit 2 encounters on the way there, but Trav had a bunch of unluckiness along the way, so... Oh, there it is! He got the jar, we know what that's about.
Another successful Dude walk in the books.
Yep, it worked, so it's the Lordo walk. That's what this one random person in chat is saying, so... And yeah, Reidood just has about 3 seconds on Trav right now. It's tight. But we're going to see something that's going to propel Trav ahead of Reidood here in just a second. You know what that is, Chosen, right?
The I don't need you jar. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Trav doesn't need that lady. Get out of here, lady.
Major
Wow.
time save.
But what the heck, can you believe, like, we've been talking about equalizers and deciders, and for it to come down to the I don't need you jar, that's good stuff.
Nice. There we go. And now Trav is yeah, this is within margin of error, I would like to say. So we have no idea who's in the lead right now.
I can't stop thinking about the I don't need you catch up. And now they're synced up. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is the magic of Zelda 2 coming to life.
Yeah. Reidood gets points for the spell cast. He does the down stab. Trav just tries to, single pixel it. It doesn't quite get that either. So, a slight advantage to Reidood. He fumbles the fairy just a little bit, but now he is completely, obviously, and very much like half of a second in the lead.
All right, next decider. What is it going to be? It's going to be, well, I guess the next one is whether or not Trav can grab the magic container clean. But then we got to walk going down to the P6 heart. 2 dodges you got to do. 2 slinks, potentially.
Trav talking to that person. I'm not sure. Is there something involving that? There's some reason to do that?
What did he do?
Times. He talked to the lady there on the way in.
Oh, weird. No, I don't.
Oh, that's what it was? I thought he was talking to her.
Oh, it's just selected a spell. Gotcha. Yeah, I was like, there's no reason to talk to that lady. We don't need her either, Aaron.
No. Unfortunate. Life of an NPC in a speedrun is you are a speed bump or you are nothing.
Wow, Trav's in the lead again? Like, I don't even know what happened.
Yeah, I didn't notice the difference either. Maybe he got the magic pixel going in the door. That could be enough. The way we're going. Yep, he's doing some stabs. Reidood does slightly less stabs. We'll see if it matters on the walk here. Oh, he got the first one. Trav dodges it. The second one moves away. Oh, he's clear to the heart.
Oh my god, he got the slink. He got a backspawn and then a slink. Reidood. Oh, Reidood took 2 encounters.
And
okay.
That is how important encounters are at this level. Again, this is our 8th seed and 9th seed going into the bracket stage. This is as close as it could be of any race here in the first match, and it certainly looks that way.
All right, Reidood's into. I don't have a. Okay, so Trav opened the door at 55 seconds. 105.55. Reidood opened the door 11 seconds later. So 11 seconds between them. Trav's freaking out right now because he doesn't want to fall in this hole. He does it fine though.
He gets it, yeah. We don't call it the Trav hole, even though that is what people call it nowadays.
Similar strat for Reidood, but he cast jump just to make absolute sure to get over the hole. If you fall in that hole, you have to just keep falling in it for like 4 screen transitions till you come back to that screen. Takes, I don't know, like 10, 12 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, P6 is full of a bunch of little troll things like that. Like the screen that Trav is in, which has a hole to a place that nobody wants to go.
Canada! Lovely this time of year.
Oof. He tried... Oh, he's just getting beat up by that red IK. There's a chance for a jar there both ways. And he misses it the first time. Reidood gets it. He's going to take that. That is perfectly fine. Trav is... I think he could go without getting a jar at this point.
Well, yeah, you could cast jump on the way back, and then you're fine. You just can't do fire strats with 6 bars of health, as long as you don't get hit by a bubble.
Whew. Reidood, it took him a little bit to get to the dismount, but once he did, he just nuked Rebo. Put a bunch of butt stabs there at the end to accentuate it.
Yeah, he does like doing the butt stabs. Oh, Trav didn't even check the jar. He just wants out.
No, it's dangerous doing it on the left way because you can on the left way, excuse me, doing it this direction because you can knock that red IK right onto your head, and he can knock you right in the hole. Well, goodbye, Canada. We will not see you. Actually, I don't think. Do we have any Canadian runners in the tournament this year? I think we might have 0.
Yeah, I actually don't even know about none that I'm aware of.
They're all stuck in that hole.
Next interesting room is the fire strat room. Trav cannot do fire strats. Reidood we might see fire strats out of.
He could try it if he decides to do jumpless Barba, which he has done, but he has also died doing it. So I guess we'll see in 3 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see jumpless out of Trav. You're probably gonna see the unsafe 2 cycle, which Trav likes to do. Oh man, having a lot of trouble with these raw heads.
Oh no,
that's a death. I think he has 1 extra life though.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, he still got the last one, but that is a huge swing in this race. Yep. Now he can do fire strats just fine, but gives Reidood the advantage. Who Reidood didn't use fire strats either. He's been going pretty conservative on some of these fancier things. He might be just really making sure he doesn't lose anything on the somewhat risky strats.
Well, keep the extra bar of magic in case you touch a bubble in this room. Reidood's got the lead now, so he's doing something right.
Yep. He plays the fairy room a little bit safe. Trav is bumping in the bubble, but it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, he's got enough magic now after taking that death. But yeah, had he taken those hits from the bubble, he's probably flustered, right now after the death. But had he taken those bubble hits without dying, he would have been in trouble, or he would have been doing jumpless Barba.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, worst thing that happens, you fall in the pit, which was basically what happened anyway.
Yeah. Wow, no, I'd rather die in the fire room than fall in this pit, because this pit, you gotta walk all the way back if you don't have fairy here.
Oh, yeah, this is the worst possible thing that could ever happen in this game. Going down here. It's like falling into Canada holes inconvenient down there. I guess that you would just call that hell.
Alright, so Trav's gotta be careful here. He's down to his last life.
Ray he's got the jump. He's doing the safe 1 cycle. Oh, even gets the double hit there at the end. Let's see.
Alright, it looks like Trav's got it. Yep. 2 safe 1 cycles there. So this is gonna change things through what is it, GP for Trav, because usually an option is just use all your magic up, maybe even take magic 8 early, use all your magic. Death Abuse right before Thunderbird, but that option is out the window currently. Either we might see Death Abuse in the barrier, or maybe we'll see 1-up grabbed. I don't know. I
think he's going to go for it. Especially if he has any idea what's going on in this race and he sees that Reidood is just a little bit ahead. I'm Trav, I have the confidence I can catch up. But I think it's pedal to the metal for him. I don't think we're going to see any sort of mitigating strats. Of course, if you're planning on taking the barrier abuse, the smart thing would be to grab the 500 XP bag that's in VOD.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, you're magic level short, and that can be a little bit annoying.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Trav has Thunder. He can now finish the game.
And Reidood is about 8-9 seconds ahead right now. Maybe not even that. He's in good condition. Oh, they're both fairing it. Yeah, I think he's going to just settle for the jar, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him try to beam through VOD. If he doesn't, then I think he's taking the Death Abuse. Because, entering GP with no magic, and it's just kind of depressing.
I'm on the edge of my seat. I readjusted my butt just so I could be on the edge because this is getting good. All right. The skip of the VOD entry for Reidood, successful for Trav. Both with a jar and they're off. All right.
Oh, he's going with spell strats. Yeah, I think he might be thinking about that.
Well,
he could possibly grab that to get Magic 6, but Magic 6 isn't necessary. He's going to have to hope that Reidood has something bad happen because that Death Abuse, considering how long it takes, it's going to be uncomfortable.
Oh no, Reidood just had the encounters dancing behind him and he just eventually had to walk in and do some stabs.
Oh, okay, good. So I misread what Trav was doing. He was just readying spell in case he needed it.
Oh, so Trav does the exact same thing I do, which is beam strats for the smalls, spell strats for the heavies.
Okay. Yeah, I know the heavies are a little bit harder because they tend to fly over the pit right when you want to be jumping over there.
Yeah, it's a different mechanic that I don't think either of us have practiced yet. Well, I know I haven't. I don't know why I think. Reidood got past Max fine there.
Trav has he doesn't even bother. He just spell casts him, turns Max into a little bot. Reidood took a couple of hits on the blue guy there. That's every bit of damage you're getting at this point is something you're going to feel because it's going to either hasten your GP death in his case, or it's going to make you have to play real scared.
Wow, that just Reidood walking into that encounter got Trav ahead. So now they're both in the same room, but Trav's XP is set up. Reidood's trying to kill this guy. And almost down to the last bit of his health. Trav's just going for it. He's got plenty of magic too, so that's nice. He didn't have to use a lot.
Yeah, that's true. He had a great VOD. He took no hits, and even took care of Max just to make sure. Whereas Reidood has that life, but he's coming in a little bit hobbled, so we might see him take Magic 8 earlier or take a death earlier than right before the end.
A lot of damage here for Reidood too on the first spicy.
Oh, it is not cooperating well. He gets past it, but he took, 3 hits?
Yeah, down to his last bar of health now. Not a lot of magic either. Not enough to cast life. He does have an extra life though, right? Reidood?
Yeah, he has 1 life to go. But so it makes GP so tense. You come in with no, just very, very little space that you can mess up. And unless you are at the absolute top tier of this game, GP is still scary. He probably will try for it once, but he doesn't have to. He still has both Magic 8. He has enough magic that he could cast Jump, I think. Yeah, he has enough that he could go without it, but he's not messing around with the raw heads there. But he also needs more experience, so...
Now don't forget, if something goes wrong for Trav, and he takes a death, that's it.
Yeah, and it's Reidood's game unless he somehow takes a game over. It's basically rando at that point. The other guy has to have something bad happen for you to catch up.
Alright, Trav can't kill anything else now.
Oh!
Ooh,
that is not where you want to die.
Reidood.
There are places you could have died. That one was rough. I think Reidood was trying to get Magic 8 early, and so he could heal up and take the Death Abuse later. It's easier to coordinate that than it is the opposite way, but it didn't work out. Now he has to basically make it the rest of the way with what he's got. Can't kill anything.
Trev had a really nice quantum leap there. Just turned back, blocked the beam, jumped up there, got in.
Yeah.
Next enemy he kills, he's got Magic 8. He could just get it any time now, because I don't know what else he's going to use that little bit of magic for.
Probably thinking about hitting the raw heads in the end. That, or if he knows where his drop is, he might do it on the Muse right at the end. But yeah, he is in full pole position right now. He's multiple screens ahead, especially with that death that Reidood took, which was over halfway into a screen.
See what Reidood can get for the quantum leap jump. Ooh, nope. Hopefully he can escape, because this is his last life, and this Beakula hits hard. Ooh.
And that is it.
That's a game over. Yeah.
He's gonna keep going, but that did not cooperate at all.
Oh,
Travis, almost at full resources here, heading into T-Bird. Just a couple of screens to go. This is all up to him right now. Everything is within his grasp.
He's got almost full life. Got his magic 8 already. Yeah, he's good to go. Just do what you know how to do here on T-Bird. Who knows if he knows where Reidood is? If he did, maybe he'd relax. Maybe he feels like... who knows? Maybe he peeked in that long hallway and is just, like, feeling like Reidood's going... Which way is he going? Turned around. Was he going the wrong way?
Is he going the L7 way? Is he gonna do something real spicy here?
Could be. Put on a show?
Nope, he messed up. And Trav, that's a cycle and a half on T-Bird. It's a pretty straightforward fight. Took no damage, so again, if this were Rando, we'd have the GGs out already. He just needs to finish up Dark Link, and it is over. And here we go. Again, this can be a completely scripted fight if you do it right. Just, if he pauses, punch him in the face. If he runs at you, jump and stab him in the face.
Boom! There we go. Trav, what's the time? Where's it written?
Yeah, GG's to TravWhite. 119.36. I beat you.
There it is. Thank you.
And
it did a lot of work trying to look up that time.
Yeah, he was in control through most of GP. It was just, even though he only had that life, he had a lot better VOD. Reidood got hung up a bit and just wasn't able to get through GP, and then took 2 bad deaths, and that was kind of the decider here. And honestly, what was that? It was a 504 GP for TravWhite, I believe, which is pretty good.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Trav's here. Oh my god. Alright. What? My god.
Oh my god.
The shift in emotions you must have felt. Number 1, GG. Number
Thank
2,
you.
the shift in emotions you must have felt. Like, hip, 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 hooray, I got a bag in Magic Cave. P1's gonna be a breeze.
Yeah, and then oh my gosh, my heart's pounding like 1,000 miles an hour. Sorry. That GP was wild, man.
Yeah, it sure was. That was a fantastic GP. You had a really good VOD before it, too.
Yeah, VOD wasn't too bad. I missed 2 skips, but, typical Trav run.
Yeah, I mean, you were ahead in P6 until the death. Then Reidood took the lead. But then in VOD, you were behind until the final skip before the last cave, and that's where you took the lead.
Oh man, that's crazy. So is he almost done? I did not even look.
Oh, so he game over in the Beakula room.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So did he take all the deaths in P4?
Well, he died twice, early. He took a death abuse in the medicine room, and then he died in P2 in the lava room. So he only took 1 death abuse in P4.
Oh, man. So I'm assuming he's finishing then?
Yeah, he's still going. He's breaking the blocks to go down toward Thunderbird.
Man, so that race was close.
Yes, it was really close the whole time.
I missed River Devil skip, and I was like, oh man, this is terrible.
You stopped to look at the water. You're like, hey, there's probably a good view this time of year.
I thought I'd go fishing for a little bit, but I fished a little bit too long.
Aaron tried to give you an out and say, oh, I think his controller's been acting up lately. And I said, Nope, he tightened all the screws. Nothing wrong with the controller anymore. That thing's perfect.
Yeah, so we buffer right there, and what happened to me was I pressed right before I pressed start, and so I buffered to the right. Can't do that. I'm gonna have a bad day.
think, and just to go back to what we're seeing right now, it looks like, yeah, Reidood just got through Thunderbird. It's a little bit of a rough fight because he's on Magic 7. He couldn't cast Reflect, but he looks like he's heading into the end here too. Now, what you guys were talking about, it was really interesting. You were right behind him going into that slink, and when you kind of messed up the start of that, it put you back. But I think Ray didn't get it either. He got a big encounter and got caught. But it was the walk afterward, which Lordo has claimed is the Lordo walk. Officially did it in chat, where you snuck past him because he had like 3 encounters there, and I think you were maybe 1 second behind or 2 seconds behind going into New Casino, and then the jar that you got just walked right past that lady and walked right past Reidood to finish.
GG to Reidood. I'm going to announce his time. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is his time.
And GG's to Ray, finishing up, had a rough P, a couple of bad encounters, but was able to finish it out. And yeah, he will not be joining us. He said he's feeling pretty sick, but thank you, Reidood, for the race. It was a great race. This is something to rewatch, I think, because it was so competitive, back and forth constantly.
I was pretty sure it was over when I misleveled, and then I guess I was just trying to make sure that in P2 I got enough XP. And then the horrible P2 walk, was that like 35 encounters? I'm pretty sure it was 35. I don't know if y'all saw that, but it was terrible.
Yeah. Well, you did get that huge advantage from having Magic 2 early, right?
Oh yeah, that huge advantage.
Well, no, because you cast life when you grab the magic container after Death Mountain, and if you did that with Magic 1, you would have been short jump magic, but since you have Magic 2 there, you were good to go.
Yeah, so if you cast before it fills all the way with Magic 2, you're good. If you have Magic 1, then you need at least 1 blue jar.
Yep, gotcha. What else? What else was fun and exciting?
I got
I know. You did. You nailed LZ, and then you went into P5. Oh, you missed Eco. I mean, that happens. But then that block room. Oh, great. I got the key. Let me just cast Fairy and get out of here.
And then the Moa killed me. And I was even thinking in my head, go down so the Moa doesn't kill you. And yeah, Moa took me out anyway.
Yeah, you had a tough P5, actually. You were constantly getting hit by fire.
Yeah, the Magos were terrible. I've been having bad Mago luck lately.
Yeah. I feel like otherwise everything else was standard, but you had a lot of exciting little funny things like that happen. But I only call them funny because I know you are able to laugh at those things as well.
Oh yeah. It's a great time racing, and I want to thank Zelda Speedruns. Thank y'all so much for hosting us.
And sorry.
I had a blast.
You'll be going on to face Riak in round 2, so good luck with that. He just
that guy?
Yeah, I think he knows how to play this game.
I probably have like a meteorite would have to hit his house or something. I don't know.
Well, I mean, he did. He is the number 1 seed, and he did get what, like a 74-24 or something earlier today.
He is my arch nemesis. We always seem in tournaments. We always seem to face each other. So,
hey, rematch of last year. Maybe you'll get some revenge.
Rematch of last year, and he took the championship in the horsehead races. So,
yeah.
So tomorrow's December 1st. That's Wednesday. So 9 p.m. Eon and Aaron. That's you, Aaron. You guys are racing, and then Chroma and Hippie on Thursday at 1 p.m. Oh, look at this race. This one looks good. Desi and Chosen Ear 4. 10 p.m. on Thursday. And then Saturday, J-Lo and Justin Man, 10 p.m. Those are all coming up.
All right.
Yeah. Good stuff.
So exciting. And hopefully we'll get them all here on ZSR.
We got one more to add to that list. Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Chroma and Hippie. So keep an eye out for that as well.
Fantastic. Zelda Speedruns, thank you so much. I had a blast.
No problem. Glad we were able to be here for the kickoff of the tournament. As was mentioned, keep an eye out on the schedule for the rest of the races coming up soon, as well as the other content. And okay, thank you. It actually worked tonight. So yeah, keep an eye on the schedule. Much Z2 coming up in the next few days. Lots of Ocarina of Time rando as well as other races as well. Gonna go ahead and raid on over to ZSR 3 right now for the Z2 randomizer weekly race. So any final thoughts before we head on out for the night?
I just want to reiterate, thank you again, and
Yeah, thank you everybody, and this was great. I love doing comms. Love watching you guys race this. Not only because it was kind of a NASCAR race with people slinging back and forth, but got to see a lot. There was a lot of personality in today's race.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Good stuff. Thank you all.
All right. So just want to, if you aren't already for some reason, please give both of our runners, Trav and Reidood, a follow, as well as our commentators tonight. Some guy who got banned and chosen. Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Like I said, we're going to head on over to ZSR 3 now. Everybody, stay safe out there. We hope to see you back here again soon. Until next time, everybody stay safe. Have a good night, and we will see you soon. Farewell.